Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Crypto Invest. Today I want to provide you with a quick update on the market. We are going to talk about Bitcoin. We're going to talk about SEC with 2x. We are going to talk about Bitcoin at its own asset class. I also want to talk about a major vulnerability of the Ethereum Parity wallet. And finally, Litecoin is up quite a bit today, so let's see what is going on with Litecoin. So before we get into the details, please remember that this is for informational purposes only and should not be considered as investment advice. So let's get into it. So first off, the market on the top 10, it looks fairly quiet beside the fact that Litecoin is up quite a bit today. So I do want to talk about this in a little bit. And also Ethereum is down 6.21% today. And I want to say that Ethereum Classic has gone up quite a bit, so Ethereum Classic down 6.21% today is not unusual. Beside that, outside of the top 10 cryptos, everything seems to be a mix. Some of them have gone up, like Stellar Lumen gone up 12.23% today, and some of them have gone down by quite a bit. For example, Verge. So it's definitely a mixed day today. So talk about Bitcoin price. So Bitcoin is currently at about $7,097. Which is down 0.61% from yesterday, which is nothing. So if you want to take a look at Bitcoin over the last few days, so take a look at the 7 days. So ever since Bitcoin hit the all-time high up about 7,600, it has been kind of bouncing off the 7,200 the last couple of days. But overall, it definitely shows some strength in terms of maintaining above the $7,000 threshold. It has fell below the $7,000 a few times throughout the last 40 hours, but it looks like people are coming in to support the 7,000 level at the moment. As far as the price action before the hard fork, which is coming up in about 8 days and 19 hours from the time of this video, Goldman Sachs analysts seem to think that we are going to consolidate about $8,000 before the hard fork. So that means in the next 7 or 8 days, Goldman Sachs analysts seem to think that we are going to see $8,000, and we're probably going to sit at $8,000 before the hard fork, before we going up even higher. And of course, some analysts from Wall Street are predicting that we are going to see above $10,000 before year end, which is kind of crazy because we are already at November 7th, so we only have about 1 month and 3 weeks for Bitcoin to go from the current level, which is about 7,000, to 11,000 within the next 7 weeks. So we are talking about over 50% gain between now and 11,000. Keep in mind that these are just predictions, and at the current level of Bitcoin and with how much action it has been getting and how much news are affecting this market, anybody's prediction is just that, a prediction. So definitely take it with a grain of salt. So moving on, remember I say that we are 8 days and 19 hours from the hard fork. Take a look at the SEC with 2x futures. So the futures contract are currently trading at about $1,333. So this number has been steadily declining over the last few days. So it went at high at $2,456, and now it went all the way back down to the current level at $1,333. We may see this go down a little more from the look at the chart, but we have to wait and see. So in light of recent price action and recent news about Bitcoin, particularly in light of the CME group, the fact that they are going to establish a Bitcoin future exchange by the end of this year, Bloomberg is now calling that Bitcoin is legit. So that is great news for Bitcoin. Not only that, Max Kaiser, which is from the Kaiser Report, he has been a big fan of Bitcoin for a long time now, and he has been calling for the fact that Bitcoin, not just cryptocurrency, but Bitcoin by itself, is its own asset class. And his viewpoint is definitely somewhat validated by the CME chairman, who is saying the same thing, that we are seeing Bitcoin at a potential asset class, not just part of cryptocurrencies. And by itself, it can certainly compete with gold or stocks in the future. So more good news for Bitcoin, but Bitcoin has gone up quite a bit already the last couple months. So this is the last 1 month chart, and you can see that Bitcoin definitely is looking like it is taking a break from the all-time high. So there is a possibility that we see Bitcoin higher than its current level as $7,097 in the next 8 days before the hard fork. So more good news for Bitcoin, that Google Analytics currently showing that people are searching for the term buy Bitcoin a lot more than the term buy gold. So that is interesting. That just shows you that there are more and more people are interested in getting into Bitcoin, or at least trying to understand what Bitcoin is. Now, I do want to make a distinction between the fact that people buying Bitcoin and owning it for investment purposes are very different than people who are trying to use Bitcoin as a transaction medium of exchange. So those are two different things. So what this tells me, that there's more people looking on to buy Bitcoin, maybe at the store value or maybe as a speculative asset. Also, Bullion Vault, which is a gold trading platform, has seen a 30% decline in monthly gold trading for October compared to the yearly average. This may or may not has anything to do with Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies overall. Remember that the stock market in the US has been doing fantastic this year so far. Of course, not as good as cryptocurrencies, but gold has not been performing well. So it is easy to understand that people may be moving money out of gold and go into the stock market, and maybe some of that money are going into the cryptocurrencies market. Next, let's talk about Ethereum. So Ethereum is currently at $294, which is not too far off from yesterday, which is around $299, $300. But if you look at the 1 day chart, it looks like Ethereum went from 304 all the way down to 290 roughly. And a lot of people attribute this fact to the Ethereum drop from 304 to 290 because of the fact that there is another major vulnerability from the Parity multi-signature for Ethereum. So if you remember back in July, this has happened before when there were a vulnerability in Parity wallet that led to 150,000 Ether, which is about 30 million at the time, got stolen. So ever since that point, Parity wallet, which is not the same as Ethereum, the Parity wallet are an Ethereum wallet. They work with the Ethereum team closely, but they are two separate entities. So I want to make that clear. So following the hack or the vulnerability back in July, they have since fixed the issue. However, the code that they fixed it with appears to contain more issues, and as of earlier today, the vulnerability in the code of the multi-signature wallet has been exploited once again. So what this allows someone to do is to take over the wallet using the exploit and to claim ownership of those wallets. The difference is this time the money has not been stolen, but it is frozen, meaning that they know where the money is currently at, but the wallet is frozen. They can't get into it. So there's nothing anyone can do about it at the moment. Now, this is more serious in terms of the volume. So currently, we have estimated about 600,000 Ether is being locked away, which at the current value is about 150 million US dollars. So way more significant in terms of number than what happened back in July. And one of the biggest company that was affected by this is Polkadot, which was an ICO. So basically, they come out and say that they are in fact one of the multi-sig wallet among those that got frozen. So they can't get the money out at all at this moment. So if you are new to this and you're not sure what a multi-signature wallet is, you can Google it. Basically, multi-signature wallet is a wallet that runs on a smart contract. So basically, beside your regular wallet where you have a public key and a private key, a multi-signature wallet, you're gonna have multiple key. So multiple entity have to sign the wallet in order for the wallet to be executed. Whatever transaction you try to do. But because of the layer and the complexity of the multi-signature wallet, it introduced some bugs in the coding, which led to this unfortunate event. So if you are part of this Parity wallet issue, I'm sorry to hear that. From what I'm understanding, they are working on fixing it. If you are not part of the Parity wallet multi-signature, then what you need to know is that it only affects those who are using Parity wallet. If you're not using the Parity wallet for Ethereum, you are okay. And it looks like it may have some effect on Ethereum price, but it seems stabilized. So that's what you need to know. And finally, we have Litecoin. So Litecoin is up 13.7% today. It went all the way up to $63 today. So on the 1 day chart you're looking at here, it went from $55 as of yesterday all the way up to the current volume at $63. So if you look around to see what caused this surge, the only news I can find, which is not that news, is there is an article from Telegraph, which published about 6 hours ago, as of the time of this video, about the fact that South Korean exchange Coin1 adds Litecoin to its platform. But this information is not that new. It's actually added early November. So as of last week, this has already been happened. So this article is only talk about the volume that they have seen on that exchange since the day it got added. But Litecoin has been added to THAM for quite a while now, and there has been quite a significant amount of Litecoin volume on THAM. About 25% of the global Litecoin market are currently on THAM, which is the Korean market as well. So the Korean, definitely loving cryptocurrencies, and it does seem like they are taking turn to pump different cryptocurrencies at different time. So that's the only news that I got from Litecoin. If you have all the information to say otherwise, or to give some more color as to why Litecoin is up quite a bit today, please let me know in the comment section below. At SEC with 2x is getting closer and closer. I would definitely give you a lot more information as I know more. So starting with, I'm gonna wait a few more days to see which wallet is gonna support SEC with 2x and what you may need to do to get your SEC with 2x coin. So I'm certainly gonna give you some updates on that. So stay tuned. With that, thank you so much for watching this video. If you find it helpful, please leave a like button and subscribe to the channel for more information. And with that, thank you, and I will talk to you soon. Bye bye.